the screen, smoking dreams and pixels green. Streaming for the world to see, hippie vibes eternally. Music playing in the air, smoke is rising everywhere. Raiding with my friends, this game never ends. Teaching as we go on a streaming show. Every loot we share the love from the game and up above. Chat is buzzing full of cheer, nothing but good vibes here. Virtual friends in guild so tight, with his joint he'll take the fight. This corner is where we all unite in our EverQuest delight. Raiding with my friends, this game never ends. Teaching as we go on a streaming show. Raiding with my friends, this game never ends. Teaching as we go on a streaming show. Logging in the game tonight, hanging with my friends so tight. EverQuest through the screen, smoking dreams and pixels green. Streaming for the world to see, hippie vibes eternally. Music playing in the air, smoke is rising everywhere. Raiding with my friends, this game never ends. Teaching as we go on a streaming show. Every loot we share the love from the game and up above. Chat is buzzing full of cheer, nothing but good vibes here. Virtual friends in guild so tight, with his joint he'll take the fight. This corner is where we all unite in our EverQuest delight. Raiding with my friends, this game never ends. Teaching as we go on a streaming show. Raiding with my friends, this game never ends. Teaching as we go on a streaming show.
Hello, all. Doing a pop-up stream of some Dune Awakening launch day. I did a stream earlier this morning, but it had some sound issues, so I'm hoping I got those corrected. So I will be starting over. That way we can get all the cutscene sounds. Way you can enjoy the game as it's supposed to be. Hope everybody's doing good out there. Uh, Bear says you sound good so far. Well, thank you. Hopefully we can pick up the game sounds this time. Loading, please wait.
I dream of it, amongst the wild threads of history and the myriad of paths. My path saw the Imperium rise from the ashes left in the wake of the Great Revolt. Thou shalt not make a machine in the likeness of the human mind. With that commandment, new avenues of human potential were explored. Mentats, Suk Doctors, Sword Masters, and the mystical Bene Gesserit Sisterhood. But it was the Navigators and their monopoly on space travel that set the conditions for the Imperium. But I am telling you of the universe you already know. Let me describe the one you do not. In this other universe, my mother, Lady Jessica, consort to Duke Leto Atreides, gave birth to a daughter, a girl they named Ariste. Because of her obedience to the Bene Gesserit, Lady Jessica is trained as a truth-sayer. Because of that training, Lady Jessica was able to detect Dr. Yue's deception. Because of the forewarning of his betrayal, House Atreides survived the Battle of Arrakeen. Because of their survival, the Emperor declared a full-scale war of assassins. Because of the war, the Sardaukar were deployed to ensure spice shipments continued without interruption. Because of the Sardaukar, the Fremen were eradicated. There was no Muad'Dib, no Lisan al-Gaib, no Kwisatz Haderach. I see a universe where I, Paul Atreides, was never born. All my visions lead to horror, except this one. This one leads to you.
Well, that's the story behind this Dune Awakening. It's basically a multiverse type situation um, where Paul Atreides was never born. Fremen are gone, and it's basically House Harkonnen and House Atreides fighting over Arrakis. So that kind of sets up the premise of the game. As we go through, I will be giving a little bit of information and tidbits. But mainly once we get into the gameplay, I will be playing as a solo type PvE style. And I will be giving my commentary here and there. But if you have any questions, feel free to comment. I'm always up for suggestions as well. So let's get started. Servers. I'm in the North American region. We've got Europe, Oceania, South America, and Asia. But we'll stick with the North America. Let's go by ping. 96 looks like to be the best ping. And it looks like there's several servers that are locked because they've reached maximum. Okie doke. So let's take a look at some of these. Basically, I'm looking for a server with a odd name that people wouldn't really want to go to. Let's see. Let's look at population here and ping. Let's go with Red Mall. As you can see, this is your main server here. But each server is also separated by what they call sietches. To give an EverQuest reference, sietches are like instant zones that don't go away. Basically, um, each siege is limited to 40 people. So once it reaches 40 people, it caps, and nobody else can be on that siege until somebody logs off. And then you can be put on that siege to reach the maximum of 40 again. With that being said, if you do log out and then try to log back in later, and the siege that you were playing on is already full, if you want to play that character again, you will be put into a queue, or you can go to another server and start a fresh character on another siege until your main siege drops in population. But that's basically how the servers work. There's 40 players per siege, and they talked about doing 20 sieges per server. So that puts about 800 people on each server. So when you do get into in-game and get into the open desert, you can run into approximately 800 people if everybody is logged on at that point in time. So we'll do the Red Mall server. Let's see what siege. Let's go siege Umbu. Yeah, looks like we are in a small queue, but we are next in line. Uh, When this happened earlier, yep, I didn't think it would take very long.
Approach, prisoner. Show yourself, child.
Now here we are at the character creation, and I can tell you, you can spend hours creating your character. They've got so much flexibility in these character creations. This is your typical body. We've got presets here that can start you off. We'll go with the old guy here. But yeah, you can change the chest size, neck length. And then here's your head. You can change your face type, change how your age, how you appear, your head details. Gives you a whole list of that. Eye collar, eye details. Got a whole bunch of sliders for that. Nose, mouth details. So as you can see, you can spend hours just trying to create your character. One of the nice things about developers is before the game was launched, they did launch a character creator so that you can pre-create your character. You can't save him on the server, but it does save him on your hard drive. I went through and I did that. So what we will do is we will import the character that I created. Kind of a likeness of myself at a younger age. So we will finish up the character, give him a name. Let's go with Kasabi. And then we'll enter game. Skip opening tutorial. Nope, I'm going to give you guys the full experience. But yeah, once you play through the tutorial, it will give you the option to do it again or not. So, would you like to skip it now? No. Unlock research menu. Basically what this is if you unlock it, you can see everything on your tech tree that you can research, but you still need to spend your tech points to research it. Where it's locked, it actually follows the storyline and tells you and only unlocks your current progression. So with this playthrough, I am going to keep it locked so you can experience the game as the developers designed it for the first time. Accept this character and start the game? Yes.
Have they told you what I am?
Yes.
Then I will sift your words for lies. Let's begin. Where were you born?
Now we get to choose our home world. There's 5 home worlds. There's Giddy Prime, Chusak, Kaladin, Katian, and Ix. The only real difference game-wise is the way people will react to you and dialogue. Also, each home world has a unique emote. But as far as any advantages, disadvantages, there are none. Each of them are equal. It's just basically dialogue and the emote that you get. Giddy Prime being the home world for the Harkonnen gives you the Deception Salute or the Harkonnen Curse. There's a lot of deception in their dialogue. With the Kursuk, they're cultured, civilized art, music type. And their emote is actually playing a guitar. Then we have Caladan, which is the House Atreides home world. And they have the Arcades salute that they do as their emote. But they go by more of a honorable type dialogue trait. Katian is more of your political world. Their unique emote is a certain bow that they do. But yeah, their dialogue is going to be more political based, and so will probably be some of your quests. Ix is more of your technological world, and their emote is the Elixion Secret. Unfortunately, you cannot preview any of the emotes. But if you want, you can look them up on YouTube or over at the Dune Awakening website, and you can see each of them there. I myself, being an ex-musician, I'm definitely going to be choosing the Kosuk.
A music world. A grand center of the arts. The Order of the Imperium is rooted in the Farfreluches. A place for every man, and every man in his place. Where is your place?
Now we kind of get into the social standing. Bondsman being more of your middle class type society. Next should be your non-familia. That's basically your nobility, your higher society. And then, of course, you got your peons, your labor force. I think I'll go with peon. Basically, all these is dialogues. It doesn't change any of the gameplay. It just changes the way that they talk to you and how they treat you.
You've risen above your station. Most peons go their entire lives without seeing the inside of a starship. You had a mentor in your youth, trained by one of the schools. Who was your mentor?
Now here we come to the class. Um, I will say Dune Awakening is a classless game, even though it does have classes in it. What I mean by that is as you go further into the game, um, you spend skill points in the class trees for certain abilities. You can mix and match your abilities from different classes. Um, so, say you like the Shagwire Claw from the Trooper, you can have that on your ability bar, and then have the Sprint from the Bene Gesserit also on your abilities bar to be able to use it, and then maybe a turret from the Mentet tree. Lay the turret down, back up a little bit. You got suppressing fire while your turret takes out your enemies. So you can mix and match different abilities from each class. And currently in the game there are 5 classes. Only 4 of them can be chosen at the beginning. The 4 that is here are your battle type classes, where the 5th class, the planetologist, it's more of your survival type class. It doesn't have any combat abilities in it. It's more survival and your gathering. So basically your sword master is your close quarters hand-to-hand combat style class. Their starting ability is a knee charge, which basically they leap forward and knee their opponent, which temporarily stuns them. You have your Bene Gesserit, which uses the voice commands. It starts off with the voice compel, which pulls your enemy into you. But yeah, it's just like in the movies and the books. They're mainly manipulation and physical, their body they train, as well as their voice. The Mentet is more of your technological recon strategy type class. It deploys a Sentinel, which is basically a turret. That's uses motion and puts down fire while you're behind the turret, also putting down fire. So you can kind of look at it as the pet class of Dune. However, just like with pets in EverQuest, your Sentinel or your turret is limited to hit points. So if it's taking damage, it will be destroyed. So you have to protect it as well. And last, we have the Trooper. Your Trooper's basically EverQuest reference, kind of like your Ranger class. He's your Pew Pew class, your Gunman. The Mentet could be more like your Sniper type, where your Trooper's more like your Stormtrooper from Star Wars. He's going to be out there with the big guns, shooting, and hopefully having a better hit ratio than the Stormtroopers did. But they start off with a Shagwire Claw, which basically is like a grappling maneuver. It shoots a dart to a surface and then pulls you towards that position. One suggestion that I will give, unless you're doing some role play and you definitely want to start off as a trooper, do not choose trooper at the beginning. Reason being is the trooper mentor or the trooper trainer is right there in the first zone that you spawn in. So you can actually learn the trooper at the very beginning. So, you know, that gives you an extra class that you can use from the very beginning if you choose Mentat, Bene Gesserit, or Swordmaster. Basically gives you an extra skill tree. Um, I did a little bit of the Swordmaster, did a little bit of the Bene Gesserit during the beta we had a couple weeks ago. I didn't get to the Mentat much, and then I did do the Trooper quest and got the Trooper. So we will be starting off. I do like the Bene Gesserit starting off. Reason being, it does have a sprint that can help you get across the open desert area so you don't get eaten by the worms. Because if you get eaten by the worms, you lose everything you have on you. And you start off naked again.
Yes, I have heard of our sisters giving training outside of the chapter house. It is frowned upon. The test is almost complete. Have you spoken truth?
Here you can accept your character, or if you wish to recant, you'll go over and redo your character. I have spoken the truth.
Come here. Kneel. Put your hand in the box. I hold at your neck the Gom Jabbar, the high-handed enemy. Don't pull away or you will die. Great plots are afoot in the Imperium, and the currents of intrigue run deeply. Arrakis is the key, and the Fremen are missing. You will go to Arrakis as our agent, prisoner. You have one task. Find the Fremen. Wake the sleeper. Everything depends on this. Do you understand?
Yes.
Good. You speak truth. But here is the rest of it. There is only one rule. Keep your hand in the box and live. Withdraw it and die. An animal would gnaw off its own hand to escape the pain. And we can only be served by humans. Find the Fremen. Wake the sleeper. You will know when it is done.
Okay, nice little loading screen would have been nice here. Might make some people worried that the game froze up or something.
You're wrong. It's just an off-world. No, not the Al-Shaheed Ahadi. No, Arista said he was just a dreamer. I agree, but she is almost Sayadina.
Oh man, it got me one heck of a hangover. Oh. Darn guy shot my ship down and then saves me. That's strange. That's a big worm. Hope I'm recovering some. Oh, he's got a Fremen kit. I don't think he'll be needing it anymore. Okay, let's go ahead and craft us a knife. That way we can defend ourselves. Scrap metal knife. We need 3 scrap metal. We'll craft one. Some of your crafting can be done out in the open. Some you have to do it at your base at a fabricator. Just depends on what it is. Like bandages and darts and stuff, you can do that out in the field. That way, if you ever run low while you're out, you can do it that way. Inventory. We've got knife in the number 1 slot, which is good. So we'll pull our knife out. That way we can defend ourselves. One thing that's very important in this game is staying hydrated. Water, water, water. If you find these red plants, you can drink the dew out of them to get hydrated. If you take a look at the lower left, you can see the hydration bar. With these dew plants, they only reach up to the first mark there. But there is out in the open world water containers that you can drink that you can actually raise up to full. Later on, you'll be manufacturing your own water, so you'll stay full. But yeah, at the very beginning, definitely watch your hydration. Oh no, now we're injured. Harvest these plants. No matter what, if you see the plants out in the world, by all means, harvest them. You can make bandages and darts with them. So let's go ahead and we'll create 5 bandages. And I'm going to put the bandages down here at number 5. So all I have to do is just hit 5. And I bind wounds. Next is climbing. There are some areas where you can climb up on the rocks. Had a hard time getting a hold of that one. Oh, let's go ahead and hydrate before we go out. Oh, nope, still full from last one.
So then, you're not quite dead. Now you will know a thing that few but the Fremen have seen. For many, the last thing they saw before they were slaughtered. Let us speak of our escape. Twin comets in the sky, a rebirth from fire and death, and a Sardaukar net closing around us. Your survival heralds interesting times, Offworlder.
Who are you?
Is this what you wish? To waste time in idle chatter? Your first lesson on Arrakis, then. Every exhalation is a waste of water. I am Xantara. My companion is Noctua. Now, shall we discuss our escape?
What is this place?
The Fremen name for it translates as the Valley of Echoes. A sacred place to the Fremen. A place of death and prophecy.
Is that why you saved
It
me?
is the miracle and inimitability of prophecy. I will speak on this no further.
How did it crash?
Portable rocket, I surmise, based on the damage.
But why a prison ship?
No doubt the work of some desperate and dangerous outlaw. One with a burning hatred for the Emperor and all he represents. But there are so many fitting that description. There's a way through the barricade, if you do as I say.
Why should I
Because
trust you?
I dragged your corpse from the wreckage and sealed you in that cave while you recovered. Because you owe me your life, Offworlder.
I
Do not be
see.
concerned, Offworlder. I expect very little of you beyond your help to escape this trap. We're gonna need one of their ornithopters. Their protocol is to remain aloft and kill anything that moves from above.
How do we get one down?
That's where you come in. If you can slip back onto the Proteus and locate the command module, you can activate the captain's personal emergency transmitter. He's a noble. They're not allowed to let him die. Leave the rest to me. His Majesty's Imperial Sardaukar care for naught but the Emperor's interests. And certainly not an errant prison crew bound for the slave pits of Neo Carthag. We are as vermin to them, Offworlder. You must kill them. In other circumstances, their water would be a valuable resource. But with the Sardaukar here, we do not have time to claim them. Only those that get in your way. Think of it as a kindness. They will not survive Arrakis for long. Here, take this Communinet transceiver. It's essential for planetary communication. Now go, and be quick. The Mother Storm is upon us.
Okay, now we're going to learn about sunstroke.
Stick to the shadows, Offworlder. The heat of the sun is deadly to the unprepared.
Basically, if you stay out in the sun too long, you get overheated, you can get sunstroke. There is a sunstroke bar. If you watch above my head, now that I'm out in the sun, see the sundial go up? I'm getting heated up. The heat is on. All you gotta do is just run into the shade and it'll start to go down. So try to keep in the shade as much as possible when you're running around. It will be hard to do.
The guards have sealed themselves inside. Search the prisoners for a cut array. And Offworlder, be careful.
So basically what we have here is a cut array and a power pack. So we loot them all up. And oops, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Cut array we're going to put on 3. Basically what that does is that's basically your harvesting tool.
The cut array is primarily a mining tool, off-worlder. You'll need it for harvesting resources. Using it to cut open ships is an added benefit.
So basically any resource that has that icon above it, you hold down the analysis until you get that blue line. Then you cut along the blue line until it explodes.
The captain's room is blocked by a pentashield. You'll need a pentashield key to pass through. See if there's another way forward.
And you can also use it to cut down doors. Oh, there's an enemy up there.
Ready your weapon, off-worlder. The guards won't hesitate. Neither should you. Parry your opponents just as their strikes will hit you. This should stagger them, giving you a window of opportunity. Shoot!
And remember when I talked about the drink stations? Here's one of them here. And now my hydration meter is up higher. The slow blade penetrates the shield.
A swift attack can force your enemy off balance, but only a slow blade penetrates a shield.
Access granted.
That's the pentashield key. Once you equip it, you can pass through the shield. Get to the captain and activate that transmitter. I'll be there soon.
And now we come up here to the captain.
only need the leader. I hear I'm a wanted man.
Oi! Utland scum! I vits jo man tukta lasto brev ada hum unvalo arsund. De dia abada.
I know. That's why I brought you here.
Stitch.
The Thopter will have the codes to get us through the barrier. Ever fly an Ornithopter? It's simple enough. But my leg is bad and I won't be able to work the pedals. Get ready. They'll be on us as soon as we break through. There's too many! Turn us into the storm! They won't follow. Hang on! We're going down!
Get up, Offworlder. I couldn't wait for you. But now you need to run. The sandworm is coming. Run! Now!
Big old sandworm.
You made it, Offworlder. Catch your breath. When the Thopter went down, the storm took us far off course. My leg is bad. I need to lay low and treat it before it gets worse. But fear not, Offworlder. Noctua can cover the ground between us with little effort. She will be my eye in the sky so I can continue to offer my sage advice and keep you on this side of the grave. Figure out how to craft yourself some clothing. That Maula outfit won't cut it out here.
First off, we're going to be making us some heal kits. And the nice thing about these plants is they do respawn quite quickly. In fact, a lot of your resource nodes do respawn rather quickly. Okay, we're in a relative safe spot here. Let's put our bandages down on 5. Got a cut array on 3. We need to research some clothing. So we go to Research tab. Makeshift clothing. For 1 tech point or intel point, you get all these. Jacket, boots, pants, gloves, and a hood. So we'll go ahead and research those. Crafting uses plant fiber to make the hood, so we'll craft that. Gloves need 2. Pants need 4. Shoes need 2. And jacket needs 4. Now we've got those crafting. Let's head over to our inventory. And we'll put our gloves on. Put our pants on. Our shoes.
The War of Assassins has left
And a
debris
jacket.
scattered all over this sector. Salvage metal from the wreckage with your cut array, and use it to make a Mauler pistol and darts. Don't let the Imperial disdain for ranged weapons lead you astray. Very few people are foolhardy enough to use shields this deep in the sands, and that is to your advantage.
So basically now I'm looking for some scrap metal. We'll bring up the map here. Kind of get a feel where we're at. Let's go ahead and travel north. Oh, there's a little mark up there up north. That's a long fall. Looks like we might have to do a little bit of parkour here. Now, climbing the rocks does use stamina, But we're going to try to grab a hold of the rocks down there and climb down. And we safely made it down. Oh, there's some scrap metal over there. Now we can research the pistol. With the pistol, we also get the darts for 2 intel points. Now let's go ahead and craft our pistol. We need 15 metal. And darts, we need metal as well. Let's go ahead and craft 10. That'll give us 300 darts to start off with. And we've got our dagger in number 1, our pistol in 2, cutter ray in 3, bandages in 5. Looks good so far. Now let's go ahead and research our respawn beacon for 1 intel point. And then we'll make a respawn beacon. And we'll run up here real quick. Okay, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and place our respawn beacon here.
This used to be Fremen territory, but the War of Assassins and the Sardaukar pogrom put an end to that. Now the sector is crawling with scavengers, fighting over the scraps of Imperium technology left in the wake of this so-called noble war. But that's to your advantage, Offworlder. Allow them to do the hard work of gathering the salvage, and then take it from them. Don't hesitate to kill them all. They would do the same to you.
So now we need to research binoculars. And we do that with 0 intel points. Now we can craft our binoculars. And binoculars go into 4. Yeah, looks like a scavenger camp right there.
Someone's here. Enemy found.
I'll go around and pick up all of his junk. What we will do here is we do have some skills. 1 skill point. I do want to get the Bindu Sprint, which will help me across the desert areas. So we will learn it. And now all we got to do is just activate.
It's obvious you've had some training, off-worlder, but nothing can truly prepare you for what the desert has in store. Hone your skills and harden yourself to the violence you must do to survive. Remember, Arrakis will sharpen you or kill you. Without a still tent, you're easy prey to the sandstorms that sweep across the desert. Those storms tear flesh from bone and shred metal like paper. Unless you'd like to share a cave with some scavengers, your best bet is to build your own shelter. Build a construction tool and place out a sub-fief console. You'll be claiming a portion of the planet's surface for your very own, or rather borrowing it from the Emperor. I'm a little hazy on the specifics.
Let's see, we need some scrap metal and some fuel cells. See if any of the scrap metals respawned over here. Now we need to find fuel cells. There's a worm way over there. Gotta be careful with them worms. You don't want to get ate by them worms. Now here I am going into an open desert area. And as you can see, there is a bar that came up. That is my sandworm threat. I'm running with a rhythm, so I'm attracting the worm.
Identify yourself. Target found.
Enemy found.
Now, something I do want to mention that's unique to this game. Say if somebody else came to this camp before me and killed the scavengers and looted all the metal and stuff, there's still a chest over there in this camp. Each chest is unique to each person. So even if somebody came before me and cleared out the camp, I can still run up here and loot the chest in here. Oh, I finally got enough fuel cells. Now I can research a basic construction kit for 1 intel. That gives me the tool, foundation, a subfief, a fuel powered generator, basic lighting, and small storage container. So now I need to craft my construction tool. And that puts it at number 6. So now I need to construct or interact with a subfief. Basically claim a plot of land to make my first base. I will let you know ahead of time. Don't get too elaborate with your first base because you will be asked to abandon it. So I would suggest, just a basic 3x3 unit, just enough to hold stuff. Let's go ahead and take a look at them. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Let's head north a little bit more before we lay down our plot here. Now there's a reason why I do want to travel a little bit north before I make my first base. I want to get closer to the center of things. That way I'm not running around all over the place. Yeah, might as well mine up some more granite here. That's what I'm looking for, these red plants, so I can hydrate. Oop. Get in the shade here and get out of my sunstroke phase. Oh, my backpack's full. Found a nice little schematic in there. Okay, need to find some dew. There's some dew. There we go. Oh, I got my leader John already. That's the container I can put water in. There's the schematic I picked up. Must have picked that up along the way as well. Okay, probably head over here now. Basically what I want to do is get close to the center area before I lay down my base. That big building right there, that's your center hub. That's where you'll find most of your quests in this area. Your trooper mentor. This looks like a pretty good place. Got resources close. Kind of hidden from the worms. That looks like a good spot. And as you can see with this sub-thief, it puts down a blue shield, so to speak, so you can kind of see where things are going to be placed.
Congratulations. You're now the proud owner of an Imperial sub-thief. More of a sub-thief. But it's enough for now. Get your construction tool out and get cracking. It's not a shelter without walls and a roof. Let's do some walls. Let's put in a couple doors. And now we need a roof. To roof, to roof. And I'm out of granite. But I'm close to resources.
Looks like I need to find me some water real quick. I'm getting dehydrated. I know there was some close. There we go. Now we can go back to crafting. Finish up our base here. Now we need to construct a storage container. I went ahead and did 2. Now we need to do a fuel generator or power generator. Come up here and deposit our fuel cells.
The sub-thief console comes with an automatic shield system that will keep your base safe from the sandstorms. Just keep the generator fueled, or the storms will tear at your walls. And it goes without saying, don't build on open sand. Seal your base, off-worlder. Maintain good water discipline, and it will keep you alive. You've done well licking flowers and sucking sap, but you need a consistent source of water. And the best source out here is blood. Extract it, store it, refine it, and drink it. Raw if you're really desperate. And don't mind throwing up. Actually, don't drink it, unless you really have to.
So we have our fuel generator going, which is powering up our base. I've got 96 fuel cells in there, and that gives me a total uptime of 4 days and 1 hour, basically. So I'll be needing to get some more fuel cells. But first we're going to research the basic extraction kit. Gives you a blood extractor and some blood sacks. And we'll go ahead and we'll do 3 of the blood sacks. Now we need to locate and kill some scavengers, which they are pretty close. But before we do that, let's kind of store some of this away here. The Solari here, that's the in-game currency. Basically, whenever you see merchants around, that's what they use to buy and sell. If you die out there, you do drop stuff in your backpack. So if it's in your backpack, you do lose some of your Solari. So my suggestion is keep it in your storage until you need it. And we've got this schematic, so let's go ahead and research it. And it looks like we need a fabricator to make it. Okay, let's see. We've got 2 skill points here. Let's go ahead and take recovery. You're able to heal your body more efficiently after suffering catastrophic injury, regening your health to a higher threshold than normal. So let's go ahead and learn that one. Next, we're going to be probably trauma recovery or sun tolerance. Yeah, let's go ahead and go with sun tolerance here, which now we'll be able to be out in the sun more. Now we can go kill some scavengers. And now we need to extract their blood. Now we need to head back to the base. We're going to do that after we kill these. I need to change this up. There we go. So let's go ahead and research our blood purifier. Get our, oops. Now we need to deposit the blood.
You're probably feeling it by now, Off-worlder. Spice. It's everywhere on Arrakis. The air, the sand, the blood. It prolongs life, expands consciousness, and triggers some very vivid dreams.
Observe this valley, sacred to the Equan Bedouin. Here, Wooly faced the trials of Baku, proving their knowledge of the Fremen ways. Find the Fremen, she said. Seven tests, 7 steps. Set your feet. Follow the uncertain path. Keep moving. The only true death is stagnation.
I just had me a spice dream. As you can see during the spice dream, we did recycle some of the blood into water. We're going to extract some of that water into our canteen. And that's how you create water out of blood. Yeah, we've got some stuff in our inventory. Let's go ahead and quick deposit the fuel cells there. Quick deposit the stuff. Leaves us with the small vehicle fuel cell. Now, this is the objective for the quest now. So we need to head this way. Going to be needing to find some dew plants here soon. I think there's some over here.
Someone's here. Oop, I was going the wrong way.
Reveal yourself. Someone's here. Where's my backup?
Looks like I need to cross here soon. Okay, now that we're hydrated some, we're real close to our objective. What's down here in this cave? Interact with the altar, then complete the first trial. Our first trial.
Who is it that thinks? Ibn Kirtaiba. The weight of a kindly god is a fearful thing. Do you understand, Wally? Our god gave us the burning eyes of Allat and the words of the Kitab al-Ibar. Rest in black shade. Be la kaif.
Basically, that light will burn you and kill you, so you hide in the shadows. Oops, I forgot what crouch was. Left control.
When we began our wandering, we suffered until suffering was a thing we came to know within our souls. Arrakis is suffering. When we found it, we were whole.
Got a little scorched there a little bit.
On Harmontep, we were made to suffer. Our children taken and made slaves. They denied us the Hajj. Never to forgive, never to forget. The weight of a kindly God is a fearful thing. Did not God give us the burning sun to defy? Suffering leads to defiance. And where does defiance lead? Ibn Qutayba. Defiance leads to thought. Who is it that thinks? Those who Remember Harmon. Be la Kaifa. Ibn Qiltaiba. Defiance leads to thought. Who is it that thinks? Those who suffer. Remember Harmontep. Be la Kaifa.
Still there, Offworlder? Your signal drifted for a moment. No matter. A thought occurs. When the Sardaukar began their purge, many Fremen were slaughtered. The ones that were not abandoned their caves, leaving valuable resources behind. Valuable resources that just might contain the makings of a still suit. Take what you need. Their ghosts will not object.
Hey, Bear. Thanks for sticking around and watching. Hope you enjoyed some of the game here. I understand it is getting late. People's got to work in the morning. But you have a good evening, sir, and we'll see you later. In fact, I'm going to take this time right now and probably take a small AFK. Been going for a couple hours. Need to take a pause for the cause. And now that we're close to the entrance, I'll be right back. And back. Basically, I'm looking for some scavenger camps. That's got some macros. So we'll set a waypoint there. Need me some shade here real quick. while we're this close, let's go ahead to the main hub here and here's the trooper trainer.
Look at the way you stand. No discipline, no confidence. I've killed 1,000 like you on the battlefield. I could write my resume on your filthy hide with knives and artillery, but then there would be little of you left to work with. But don't despair. Salvation is at hand. I can show you how to fight. I can teach you how to kill. And it will only cost you a little pain. I am Gavori, veteran trooper, freelance adventurer, and slayer of cheap vintages everywhere. Then listen closely. During the Battle of Arakeen, for the sake of my honor, I have spent the last 8 years tracking down and destroying them, one by one. Who knows how the Battle of Arakeen would have turned out if I hadn't been kept away. And now, I have reason to believe the conspirators are nearby. Track them down, kill them. My thirst for vengeance has been slaked by 1,000 flasks of cheap beer, but it is still my price for training. Do this for me, and I'll set your feet on the path of the trooper.
Here's the contracts board. Somebody's wanting Xantera's head. We'll wait for that one. And this guy right here is very important. He sells a lot of your stuff that you need to craft a lot of the higher end stuff in that tier. So right now we are in, like the tier 1, the copper and all that. He sells stuff that you can make your sand bike with and other stuff. If you don't want a PvP because your shipwrecks are PvP, except for the one in the starting area, you could buy the stuff off of him to build the stuff you need instead of going in there. But Now we got the planetologist, or not the planetologist, the troop request. I was hoping for some dew flowers down here. Oh, there's some over there. Now I need some salvage metal and some copper ore. Looking for some salvage metal. Now I need to head back to the base. Now I need to research fabricator. There's my steel suit. There's a fabricator. Now I need to build me a steel suit. So craft, 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 and craft. Let's see, there's some other things that we can craft in here. Nope. I need mechanical parts and copper ingots. And Spice infused copper dust. Now that we got our steel suit, let's go ahead and equip it.
Impressive, off-worlder. Just remember, if you didn't connect the tubes between the caths and the thigh pads just right, you'll be drinking your own liquefied feces. And that does not count as hydration, by the way. I have good news, off-worlder. My leg has recovered enough that I will risk it to move forward. I know a place in your sector where we can meet. Craft a survey device so you can figure out how to get there and join me.
So now I need a small ore refinery. Let's go ahead and do... Let's go ahead and do up 30 right now. We also need to research a survey kit. Get the survey probe launcher and the survey probe. We'll go over here to the fabricator. Survey probe launcher, we need one of those. And a survey probe, we need one of those.
Did you get a probe made? Good. Static discharge from the sandstorms makes map data extremely unreliable on Arrakis. But if you can get it high enough, a handheld probe can gather enough local data to give you a snapshot of the region. Climb somewhere high and fire off the probe. Just don't let the Sardaukar spot you.
Let's see, how high can we get over here? now that we shut our probe off, we'll just kind of wait a little bit. You see the survey completed in 9 seconds. Do have to stay within proximity, otherwise the survey will fail.
Very good. I'm going to the Griffin's Reach trade post. Come and find me there. Just remember to be careful crossing the sands. Move from rocky ground to rocky ground. Learn how far you can move on sand before the worm comes. And remember, look both ways before you cross the desert.
So now the fog of war has been lifted. And it actually shows all the scavenger camps and stuff. Oh, not all of them. Because I do know there's some over here as well. So now we need to go back over to the trade post, which is right there. Whoa.
Alas, Offworlder, it seems my fame precedes me even here, at the arse end of the Haga Basin. Your Emperor's lackey, Count Fenring, has put an obscene bounty on my head. And while I'm flattered to be his great boogeyman, the added attention is making life complicated. Take a look around. There's a contract on the board that might interest you. But be careful. Civilized men are not to be trusted.
Hey, stop. I know the face of every sand-sucking bandit, scavenger, and merc from here to Harko, and I don't recognize you. So perhaps you'll give us the courtesy of who you are? And while you're at it, why our airspace is crawling with Sadukar. It's a good story, I'll give you that. But even a sandworm might choke on it. Nobody escapes a Sadukar security grid. Not even Zantara. Welcome to Griffin's Reach, stranger. The rules here are simple. Pay up front and don't cause trouble, or we'll toss you into the storms. Good? Name's Mir. I do the trading and the talking. My silent partner here does the fighting. And there's a contract board in the corner, if you need work. Unless someone shows up with a load of salvage, I've got time to talk. There's one of those old desert testing stations out east of here. Been unsealed for a while. Probably picked clean by now. The Griffin is the Harkonnen house symbol, and while we have no official affiliation, I like to think they are aware of Griffin's Reach.
What about them? The Duke is a weak fool, and his house will fall. The Baron is 5 moves ahead of the Atreides at every turn.
Settlement? Ha! People don't live out here. They cling. Bandits, scavengers, and a couple of fools stupid enough to run trade posts. Sure. Smiley Tig still runs his place northeast of here, across the gap. You'll figure it out if you meet him. What's on your mind? I used to live on Rosek. For a long time, I thought it was the biggest shithole in the universe. So, I bartered my way off the planet. Problem was, I was so desperate to leave Rosek, I thought anywhere would be better. Turns out I was wrong. What's on your mind? The Padishah Emperor, in his infinite wisdom, has blessed us with a cohort of his most efficient and ruthless Imperial Sadukar. They use Chom mercs for the hunting mostly. I suspect the real Sadukar are looking for Fremen and that bastard Zantara. The Sadukar don't like being peacekeepers, so Chom supplies the warm bodies to bulk out their forces. Chom really does sell everything. What's on your mind? No, he is quite mute. I don't know the how or why of it. The bastard can be quite reticent when he chooses to be. He arrived one night with a patrol of Harkonnen house troopers. I offered them a place to sleep, but when I awoke, they were gone. But for Ihor. Ridiculous. The troop sergeant must have recognized the value of my establishment. As such, he left Ihor behind to protect their interests here.
You're going to find, Offworlder, that Arrakis is a planet of unique opportunity. No former prisoner would ever have access to the military technology of the Great Houses. But with the war, chaos reigns. Ships crash and are shot down, sometimes spilling military-grade materials onto the sands. The Fremen know the ways of the desert and how to do a lot with very little. The Imperium, on the other hand, have infinite resources and the production capacity of countless worlds. Plunder them, Offworlder. There is a shipwreck near here. Slip inside and claim your share of the spoils.
I believe this is the way to the planetologist.
Watch your step, stranger. Those plants are hard to grow out here, and harder to replace. Now, you don't look like the scrap rats that swarm around the place, and you don't look like one of the crazies from the lab. So what brings you here? Derek Chinara, planetologist, botanist, and political exile, I'm afraid. I've been stuck out here for a while. I learned the hard way. Never say the wrong thing to someone from Kaitain. Cyprian Io. I loathe that name. Barely a planetologist at all. To think of the legacy of the Kynes in the hands of this fop makes me sick. I would gladly teach you, but there is something I must do. Perhaps we can help each other out. You look like something that stumbled out of a shipwreck. I don't have any way to pay, unless you're interested in a planetary ecology lesson. That's easy. Somewhere in the station is a manifest containing a full log of the supplies that were sealed within. Bring me the manifest. Be careful. The people in that lab are odd. I hadn't gone very far into the lab when some of them charged at me, screaming and brandishing knives. They were covered in gore. There was a glaze to their eyes and a stiffness to their movements, but they looked normal enough. Maybe some form of mass hysteria. I don't know. You have? That's... No.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Collins has been acting real strange since finding that corpse with the Telexu satchel. I don't trust him. Keep an eye out next time you're out on a salvage run. If he starts acting weird, dart him.
Welcome to Desert Botanical Testing Station number 2. I am the station supervisor, Dr. Rommel Greer. The ultimate mission of these stations is to find or engineer botanical species capable of thriving in the extremely arid conditions of Arrakis. A true challenge, as I'm sure any visitor who has traveled through the barren rocks and sand above will agree. Our first task has been the installation and testing of wind trap units, capable of reclaiming moisture from the atmosphere. I'm pleased to report complete success, both with the installation and functioning of these devices. The thriving vegetation you will find within these halls is a testament
I thought I could trust Druce. But I know now that he's part of the plot, eh? I heard the worms out in the desert whispering to him last night, and the bastard whispered back. I did. They're all in league against me. All of them. But they won't get me if I get them first.
Welcome to Desert Botanical Testing Station number 2. I am the station supervisor, Dr. Ronald.
Who are you leaving these messages for, eh? It's for the worms, isn't it? Yeah, the worms. Oh, yeah, your belly, it was full of worms, those big, red, ropey worms. But I let them out, didn't I?
Beneath the hill where the fox runs lightly, a dappled sun shines brightly. Where the fox runs lightly.
You can't hide from me, little bird. Where are you?
Beneath the hill in the fennel brake. Spy, my love, who cannot wake. Go away! Go away!
There's a little bird. Gotcha!
Ah!
Yep, all my blood sacks are full. About freaking time. Wouldn't let me move. Wouldn't let me attack there for a moment.
Once the beast has made his selection, return the remaining items to Bijaz at once. Exercise all due caution in the handling of these items, as the bioagents contained within are unstable and may prove extremely hazardous.
Yeah. So then he comes in here saying, "Hey, boss, what's that weird smell?" That weird smell? Yeah, just like that he does, just like that, yeah? Yeah, and then he says, "What's wrong with the plants in here? They look sick. Maybe we should trim them back." That's what he said. He said that. Those exact words, that's what he said. He said, "Trim them back. Trim them back." Oh, yeah. So you know what I did? You know what I did? I trimmed him back. Oh, yeah. I trimmed him back real good. Just...
Collins and Omar from Broken Land Trek. 2 Doomans still suits, full of holes, stained, sun-bleached, junked. One Atreides House Trooper rucksack, serviceable, Omar will keep. 1 Telexu-made satchel with several vials, opened the vial but it was empty, smelled bad, junked. 3 Thumpers, fair to poor condition, selling windsack.
Welcome to Desert Botanical Testing Station number 2. I am the station supervisor, Dr. Rommel Greer. The ultimate mission...
Now back to the planetologist to turn this in. And we'll have his skill tree.
You've come back. You don't know how rare that is on Arrakis. You have? That's incredible. I thought those crazies down there would keep me stuck here forever. Oh, wonderful. Say what you will about the old Empire, but they knew how to keep a record. Yes, of course, I haven't forgotten. Pay attention. Life, all life, is in the service of life. There. Though I must confess, I wasn't expecting such an apt pupil. It was more like you were remembering than learning. Odd.
Now we have the planetology skill tree. And we'll go ahead and take a look at this. You got your scientist tree. This is basically your harvesting. Your explorer, which is kind of like your scout. And then your mechanic, which deals with the vehicles. Right now we're going to worry more about the harvesting, so let's get us a cutlery. And we'll do recharge rate. And then we'll also do deep analysis. And compactor. That's enough for now. Want to get this as soon as possible, so we need one more skill point. Now there's the shipwreck. And if you're wondering why I'm flying, I have the suspender belt. Protects users from taking damage from falling. Automatically kicks in on damaging speeds. So as long as I have power in my power pack, I won't take damage when I fall. And here's the Imperial wings. That's the schematic for it. But we need to head that way, but yet we also need to head back to base as well. Because our inventory is about full. Our blood sacks are full. Boy, it's a long trek back. That kind of went a little elaborate. Let's see, we got some schematics to research. Well, I'm up to 12 days and 10 hours with the fuel cells that I have. But it's been close to 4 hours that I've been running, so I think this is a good time to take a break for the evening. It's after 1 o'clock, way past my bedtime. But I will be back streaming sometime tomorrow during the day. And then I'll also be over at Fizzlewig's forums on YouTube and Twitch, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow evening. We'll be playing some EverQuest over there. But until then, thank you for stopping by, and we will see you later.
Logging in with the game tonight, hanging with my friends so tight. EverQuest through the screen, smoking dreams and fits.